Hello people, welcome to my first ever devlog. I'm here with not the best intro in the world, but this is alright. So I've been trying to make a game in LWJGL by of course following thin matrix tutorial. So I'll just show what I have. It might take a moment. This is all I've got, nothing special. But I have a plan to make a 3D platformer Parker sort of game. Like you can see in the background, it is in 2D, but you can imagine how that will look in 3D. So making levels by just guessing numbers is painful, very painful. So instead of doing that, I just took some inspiration from again Thin Matrix. He had made a game named Sokuwan, which was unfortunately not popular. So for that game he made a map editor. So just looking at that, I tried to make my own. It's not complete, but I was eager to show it. So 1 second, I'll just remove the tint thing for now. That tint was for debugging purposes, as I was making a mouse picker, 3D mouse picker. It's not as easy as you may think. So here it is. I have a first person controller, as you can see. It's nothing special. I have some I'll show you. If I choose -2, which is downwards, and I scale it up a bit. Now the texture, it needs to know the absolute texture path. So it's just, I'll just copy this path, absolute path. I can paste that here. Texture multiplier, I'll show you what it does. So I create that thing. It's not clearly visible because of the black texture, but you can say I created a block right there. So in similar fashion, I can create another block here, some more sort of levels. I can just make levels for my 3D Parker game, which will be quite fun. And now this texture multiplier is just this. If I put it even further down and increase the scale 100, you will notice that it will be stretched, really stretched. So to get rid of that stretchness, I can multiply the texture coordinates by say 100 in the positive. Create that. As you can see, it's being multiplied. I'll explain it how this works, but this may be helpful in cases of grass texture. Right now I can't save it. I will just save it as a text file which my engine further reads. And let me show you how far I'm done with the mouse picking. So let me again add that tint thing. So the mouse picker, like this is a mess, you can't read it. If my mouse is hovering over the thing, over the object, then I set it to red color, else it's white. As you can see, the bounding box for this thing is a bit large, but if you see the ray coming out of the camera is perpendicular to this screen, then it works fine, no issues. But if it is angled a bit, then some issues start occurring. I don't know what's happening. I just followed an online tutorial which will be linked below if you also want to do something like that. So how that works is, first of all, the coordinates of mouse which we get through GLFW or anything you are using is in this form, viewport coordinates. I'm drawing with a mouse, so bear me. But our objects which we want to select are in world coordinates, 3D world coordinates. So we need to convert the mouse coordinates from this to this, and now this is where the most of the logic is. So we have a ray and a sphere. All of our objects are covered with that sphere, so we check if it has intersected. And I wouldn't like to explain how this works because it will become kind of boring, and I also myself don't understand how this works. I just copied it. Hence I did a few more attempts, as you can see, but it didn't really work. So I left it. I didn't leave it, I just followed another approach. So first approach is using ray to calculate intersection, and then second is rendering your scene into a frame buffer, whatever that is, and using colors and stuff to do. I don't know how that works too, but I just gave it a try. So that is all I have for now. This was Devlog 10. So thank you for watching my boring first devlog. If you have made it to the end. Alright, bye people. How do I stop?